we will get to the most important part of the show. Everybody's favorite segment. They're telling me about it all across the world. It's time for this week's edition of the picks. So let me get the music. Let's get her rolling. That should be good. Let's get that vibe. All right. So obviously no Seth this week. So let's pull up his picks. Here we go. All right. So starting off the week, Thursday night football. Jaguars at the Saints. Seth is taking the Jags in this game, and I'm going to have to agree with him because look, the Saints are just not. They're just not. They don't have a quarterback that you can rely on. Their offense is boring as all heck. I look at the Saints and I just look at a shell of a team. It really is unfortunate because that's a city that really doesn't have a whole lot to look forward to sports-wise. The Saints, man, they're just not good by any stretch of the imagination. I mean, it's not good. It's not good in New Orleans. I could go on and on about it. That's where it's at. Then we have at 1 o'clock the Lions heading to Baltimore after a big road win, taking on the Ravens. Coming back from Britain, Seth is taking the Lions, and I will obviously agree. Look, every week when I feel like the Lions have a legitimate shot to lose a game, they just prove me wrong. They proved me wrong last week, and look. Lamar Jackson is, in theory, a better quarterback than Baker Mayfield. But if they could stop the run like they have all season, if they could stop Lamar Jackson from beating them on their feet and force Lamar Jackson to throw to beat them, I don't think Lamar Jackson is going to be able to beat them with his arm because he hasn't beaten anybody with his arm this year. So, yeah, give me the Lions to beat the Ravens here, and especially if we can get Jahmyr Gibbs and Brian Bance back, it's going to be a rough day for Lamar, I think. Up next, the Raiders. The Raiders heading to Chicago, taking on the Bears. Seth taking the Raiders. And I took the Bears last week, and I don't know if Jimmy Garoppolo is going to play this week. However, the Raiders did win without him. So, you know what? I am going to take the Raiders in this game as well as... I am going to give the Raiders the chance here to win this game, not because the Raiders are good or anything, but because the Bears are so bad. They are so awful, and I will never pick them again because of that loss last week. You just can't do anything like that. You really can't. And I will never forgive you. So yeah, give me the Raiders. Browns at Colts, or as I call it, football cancer. Seth is taking the Colts in this one. I'm going to actually disagree. I'm going to take the Browns to win this game because, look, the Browns have a top defense in this league. They held the 49ers to 17 points. I mean, you do that to any team, it's impressive. But they held one of the best teams in the league to that many. And the Colts, I know it's going to be at their home, but you don't have Anthony Richardson. Gardner Minshew looked terrible last week against the Jags. Yeah, give me the Colts and, I don't know, PJ, RJ, TJ, backslash, 4th, 5th, Walker. I'll take him at quarterback. The Bills heading to New England, taking on the Pats. That's taking the Bills. And I guess I'll take them too because they found a way to win. But this is going to be probably if this isn't a blowout game, I just really start to question what the Bills are exactly doing. Because if you can't blow out this awful Patriots team with the worst offense in the league, with Mac Jones arguably one of the worst quarterbacks in the league, it's an overall terrible situation in New England. If you can't take the top off these guys, Josh, you got some questions. I'll just say that. The Commanders heading to East Rutherford. Take on the G-Men. Seth is taking the Commanders. And you know what? This is a lot more of a difficult question, I think, than we want to believe it. But I will agree. I think the Commanders are just a slightly better team than the Giants. On defense, probably. On offense, I don't know. I mean, Sam Howell, Tyrod Taylor. I don't know. You never know what. With Sam Howell, you don't know what kind of Sam Howell you're going to get. I think he could have a good game this week because I think he had a bad game last time he played, which was last week. I believe they lost. Yeah, they beat the Falcons. Hey, maybe the Commanders will get something going. All right, Falcons at the Buccaneers. Two teams that had rough games. Buccaneers are looking to bounce back, but Seth is taking the Falcons. Now, I took the Falcons last week. I gotta believe that Baker's gonna bounce back. I'm gonna take the Buccaneers. They just had a very embarrassing game against the Lions. Obviously, we talked about it all show. But I just think that the Buccaneers are not nearly as bad at the quarterback position as the Falcons are. And Buccaneers are gonna be at home again. I think they got a legitimate shot here. Up next, the Steelers taking on the Rams. Seth, thinking the Steelers. I'm going to disagree. Give me Pikachu, Puka Nakua, and the Rams. I don't like that offense that the Steelers have at all. I know they're coming off a bye, so they're going to be ready to go, in theory. And technically, they're just at, Heinz Field West, SoFi Stadium with the Rams. But, no, I mean, like, Matthew Stafford, he's still putting up monster yards. Cooper Kupp still making plays. Pikachu, Puka Nakua still doing the thing. Yeah, I'll take the Rams. Cardinals at the Seahawks, the Battle of the Birds. Seth is taking the Seahawks, and I will just agree on principle. I don't believe in the Seahawks, and the Cardinals are a feisty team. They have some energy. They got some dog in them a little bit. Not like a pit bull or like a German Shepherd. It's more like a, I don't know, like an angry golden retriever. Like it's a big enough dog where you're like, oh, I don't want this thing angry at me, but it's also not really all that threatening. So yeah, I don't know. Give it the Seahawks. I'll take the Seahawks just because they're coached by Pete Carroll. They probably don't. It's a divisional game. Anything can happen. In another game that I can only describe as football cancer, we have the Packers at the Broncos. Seth is taking the Packers to win this game. And I will just agree, again, on principle. Not because I think the Packers are good. I think they're very, very not good. But I also think the Broncos are arguably the worst team in football right now. So, yeah, I just... The Broncos are not winning. They might not win another game. I don't know what's going on. Well, I do know what's going on. Sean Payton is a complete fraud, and Russell Wilson is totally lost. And they have no talent players. Jerry Jeudy's awful. They should start selling, like, yesterday. But, yeah, give me the Packers. I don't think it's going to be a steamrolling. I think it's going to be an ugly game, just because Jordan Love is not very good either. But, yeah, give me the Packers. Up next, the Chargers head to Kansas City, taking on the Chiefs. Seth is on principle taking his Chargers, and I, on principle, will not take his Chargers. I'm not doing this, okay? I believed in Justin Herbert for a little bit. I can't do it anymore, Justin. You can't win games, and you certainly can't win games against the Chiefs. It's in Arrowhead. Patrick Mahomes, he's coming off a rougher game that he had last week against the Broncos, but he's got plenty of rest. He's going to be back at home. I don't see the Chargers coming away with a win here with that Nimrod of a coach, Staley, and that choke artist of Justin Herbert at quarterback. I can't do it. I can't do it at all. Give me the Sunday Night Football. Probably the best Sunday Night Football game, in theory, that we've had in a very long time. Dolphins, Eagles. Seth is taking the Eagles. I am taking the Dolphins. I don't know what Seth is on drugs. Are you kidding me? We're talking about the best offense in football, and the Eagles lost to the Jets and have looked pedestrian a lot of the time. Give me the Dolphins to put a smackdown on the Eagles, for sure. And then Monday night, the 49ers at the Vikings. Seth is taking the 49ers. And this is difficult because we don't know what the status of McCaffrey or Debo is going to be. And you know what? Because of the mystery. No, I can't do it. I'm taking the 49ers. I can't do it. I'm not picking the Vikings. It's not because I'm biased and I hate the division opponents. So I do. I can't do it. So that's so run down. Jaguars, Saints, we both got the Jaguars. Lions, Ravens, we both got the Lions. Raiders, Bears, we both got the Raiders. Browns, Colts. Seth has got the Colts. I have got the Browns. Bills, Patriots. We both got the Bills. Commanders, Giants. We both have the Commanders. Falcons, Buccaneers. Seth is taking the Falcons. I am taking the Buccaneers. Steelers and Rams. Seth is taking the Steelers. I am taking the Rams. Cardinals, Seahawks. We're both taking the Seahawks. Packers, Broncos. We are both taking the Packers. Chargers, Chiefs. Seth is taking the Chargers. I am taking the Chiefs. And Dolphins, Eagles. Seth is taking the Eagles. I am taking the Dolphins. 49ers and Vikings. We both take the 49ers. That is the picks for the week. Hey there, what you just watched was actually a clip from a larger show that we do every Tuesday night. What are you doing Tuesday night? Go ahead and hit the subscribe button and the like button so that you don't miss out on any more of our weekly shows every single Tuesday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Hope to see you there.